Welcome to my channel, Floral's channel. Basics of English grammar. Singular and plural nouns. Count nouns versus non-count nouns. Possessive nouns, pronouns, be verbs, action verbs, adjectives, comparative and superlative adjectives. These are the basics of English grammar. Adverbs, simple tense, progressive and perfect tense, perfect progressive tense, irregular verbs, gerunds, infinitives 1, infinitives 2, active voice and passive voice, indicative, imperative, subjunctive mood, auxiliary verbs be, do, have, auxiliary verbs will, would, shall, should, auxiliary verbs can, could, may, might, must, prepositions on, at, in, prepositions of, to, for, prepositions with, over, by. Conjunctions, coordinating and correlative. Conjunctions, subordinating conjunction, conjunctive adverbs, articles, indefinite and definite, interjections, capitalizations. These 30 are basics of English grammar. Singular and plural nouns. A noun names a person, place, thing. For the plural form of most nouns, add s. Bottle, bottles. Cup, cups. Pencil, pencils. Desk, desks. Sticker, stickers. Window, windows. Nouns means names, ideas, things, places. For nouns that end in ch, x, s or s, sounds add es. Box, boxes. Watch, watches. Mouse, mouses. Bus, buses. For nouns ending in f or fe, change f to v and add es. Wolf, wolves, wife, wives, leaf, leaves, life, lives. Some nouns have different plural forms. Child, children, woman, women, man, men, mouse, mice, goose, geese. Nouns ending in vowels like Y or O do not have definite rules. Baby, babies, toy, toys, kidney, kidneys, potato, potatoes, memo, memos, stereo, stereos. A few nouns have the same singular and plural forms. Ship, ship, deer, deer, series, series, species, species. Count nouns versus non-count nouns. Count nouns can be counted as one or more. Pen, computer, bottle, spoon, desk, cup, television, chair, shoe, finger, flower, camera, stick, balloon, book, table, comb, etc. Non-count nouns cannot be counted. They usually express a group or a type. Water, wood, ice, air, oxygen, English, Spanish, traffic, furniture, milk, wine, sugar, rice, meat, flow, saucer, sunshine, etc. Possessive nouns. Possessive nouns are used to indicate ownership. Possessive nouns usually are formed by adding an apostrophe and yes, John's book carries care. Grandma's mirror. Pronouns. A pronoun takes the place of a noun. I, you, he, she, it, me, you, him, her, it, myself, yourself, himself, herself, itself, we, you, they, us, you, them, ourselves, yourselves, themselves. These are pronouns. Examples of pronouns. Be verbs. A verbs show actions or a state of being. I go home. Home is my place to rest. I like the smell of my house. I feel totally relaxed. Home refreshes me. At home, I get ready for a new day. Action verbs. Action verbs express action and are the most common verbs. Action verbs needs yes at the end with third person. Singular subjects. He eats bread. She walks to the station. It floats on the sea. Adjectives. Adjectives describe or modify nouns. Adjectives generally appear immediately before the noun. A pretty girl, red flowers, a long stick, heavy boxes, warm weather. Pretty, red, long, heavy, warm are adjectives. Comparative adjectives. Compare two things. Superlative adjectives. Compare more than two things. Comparative sentences. Amy is smarter than Betty. Chad is stronger than Dan. Greg is more diligent than his brother. I have more apples than he. She likes him more than me. Superlative sentences. Tom is the oldest man in town. Paul is the tallest boy in the neighborhood. That shade of blue is the most beautiful color. This is the longest song that I have ever heard. Adverbs. Adverbs modify a verb, an adjective, or another adverb. An adverb tells more than about a verb in the sentence. The fire engine runs fast. Listen to his speech carefully. I browse the web frequently. It rained hard. An adverb describes more about an adjective in the sentence. The news is very surprising. The coffee is extremely hot, so be careful. Nature is really amazing. Simple tense. Verb tense tells you when the action happens. There are three main verbs tenses: present, past, and future. Each main tense is divided into simple, progressive, perfect, and perfect progressive tenses. Run. I run a marathon twice a year. Present tense. I ran a marathon last year. Past tense. I will run a marathon next year. Future tense. Progressive tense. The progressive tense involves action that is, was, or will be in progress at a certain time. In the progressive tense, verbs are formed with a be verb plus ing. Run. I am running a marathon right now. Present progressive tense. I was running a marathon at this time last year. Past progressive. I will be running a marathon next Sunday. Future progressive tense. Perfect tense. The present perfect tense describes an action that started in the past and continues to the present time. Run. I have run several marathons this year. Present perfect tense. I had run many marathons in the past. Past perfect. I will have run a marathon by the time I turn 30. Future perfect. Perfect progressive tense. A perfect progressive tense describes actions that repeated over a period of time in the past are continuing in the present and or will continue in the future. Irregular verbs. Irregular verbs do not have definite rules. Gerunds. A gerund, verb plus ing, ing acts like a noun in a sentence. Seeing is believing. Running a marathon is not an easy thing to do. Watching TV is sometimes harmful. Eating is always fun. Infinitives part 1. An infinitive is a verb combined with the word to. Most often, an infinitive acts as a noun in the sentence. Less frequently, it acts as an adjective or an adverb. Infinitives part 2. Commonly, an infinitive is used with the subject it. The sentence structure is it is plus infinitive. It refers to infinitive. This expression is used in many active voice and passive voice. Verbs are either active or passive in voice. In the active voice, the subject and verb relationship is straightforward. The subject is a doer. In the passive voice, the subject of the sentence is not a doer. Mood for grammar. A mood shows the writer's attitude toward what he or she is saying. Indicative mood states an actuality or fact. We will go to see a movie this Sunday. Imperative mood makes a request. Let's go to see a movie this weekend. Subjective mood expresses a doubtful condition, contrary to fact, and is often used with an if clause. If I were you, I wouldn't buy a house. Auxiliary verbs be, do, have. An auxiliary verb helps the main full verb and is also called a helping verb. With auxiliary verbs, you can write sentences in different tenses, moods, or voices. Auxiliary verbs are be, do, have, will, shall, would, should, can, could, may, might, must, ought, etc. Auxiliary verbs will or would and shall or should. The verbs will, would, shall, should, can, could, may, might, and must cannot be the main full verbs alone. They are used as auxiliary verbs only and always need a main verb to follow. Auxiliary verbs can or could and may, might, must, used used to express ability. Could, past form of can, describes an ability that someone had in a past. May, used to ask for formal permission. Might, past form of may. Must, used to express something formally required or necessary. Preposition on, at, and in. A preposition is a word that links a noun, pronoun, or noun phrase to some other part of the sentence. On, used to express a surface of something. At, used to point out specific time. In, used for unspecific times during a day, month, season, year. Prepositions of, to, and for. Of, used for belonging to, relating to, or connected with. To, used to indicate the place, person, or thing that someone or something moves toward or the direction of something. For, used to indicate the use of something. Prepositions with, over, and by. With, used to indicate being together or being involved. Over, used to indicate movement from one place to another. By, used to indicate proximity. Can I sit by you? He was standing by me. The post office is by the bank. Coordinating conjunctions and correlative conjunctions. A conjunction joins words or group of words in a sentence. Coordinating conjunctions. A. Connect words, phrases, or clauses that are independent or equal. B. And but or so for it and not. Correlative conjunctions used in pairs. Both or and, either or, neither nor, not only but also. Subordinating conjunctions used at the beginning of subordinate clauses, although, after, before, because, how, if, once, since, so that, until, unless, when, while, where, whether, etc. Subordinating conjunctions, although, after, before, because, how, if, once, since, so that, until, unless, when, while, where, whether. All these are subordinating conjunctions. Examples. Conjunctive adverbs. Conjunctive adverbs are words that join independent clauses into one sentence. A conjunctive adverb helps you create a shorter sentence. Some examples of conjunctive adverbs are accordingly, also, besides, consequently, finally, however, indeed, instead, likewise, meanwhile, moreover, nevertheless, next, otherwise, still, therefore, then, etc. Indefinite and definite articles. The words a, an, and the are special adjectives called articles. Indefinite articles a, an. Definite articles the. Indefinite articles a, an used before singular count nouns beginning with a vowel a, e, I, o, u or vowel sound. A used before singular count nouns beginning with consonants other than a, e, I, o, u. Definite article the can be used before singular and plural count and non-count nouns. Interjections. An interjection is a word that expresses some kind of emotion. Ouch, that hurts. Well, I need a break. Wow, what a beautiful dress. Capitalization. Capitalization means using a capital letter, for example, A, capital A instead of small letter a. The use of capital letters helps readers read your writing without confusion. Thanks for watching.